Hi everyone. Hi Chuck. Come say hi to all of our friends. Oof, Chuck got really big. Hi everyone. Chuck, would you like to read with us today? I'm gonna put Chuck down right here. Hi buddy. Today we are reading about Martin Luther King Jr. I think Chuck's gonna take a nap. Hi! You wanna say hi to our friends one more time? Hi everyone. It's just about Chuck's nap time, but we'll see all of you later. Alright buddy, go over here. Yesterday was Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. A lot of you might have heard of that name, Martin Luther King Jr. Maybe your teachers have said that name, or you've seen it around your town, or maybe your adults have talked about it, or maybe you have books at home that talk about this person, Martin Luther King Jr. He's really, really important, and he's really, really cool. I think he's cool. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday is this weekend. Martin Luther King Jr. had a special message to make sure and work towards treating everyone, no matter their race, their gender, their religion, what they feel on the inside and outside, to all be treated equally with kindness and with all the love. Today, we're going to read and honor and celebrate the work and life of Martin Luther King Jr. And we'll sing happy birthday to him. We'll say happy birthday. Okay, everyone. Grab your comfy pillows and let's get started on story time. Today's story is called Martin Luther King Jr. I see he's standing in front of a microphone. He must be saying something. And he's got a button on his shirt that says March on Washington. I know Washington. That's in America. I wonder what he did. Let's find out. Little Martin was a spiritual boy from Atlanta who came from a long line of preachers. His dad was a preacher, his uncle was a preacher, his grandfather was a preacher. Maybe he'd become a great preacher too. One day, a friend invited him over to play. Martin was shocked when he was asked to leave because of his skin color, because he was black. That day, he realized something terrible was going on. His friend has a different skin color from him, and his adult said, "You need to go home. You are not the same color as us. You can't play." That must have not felt really good to hear or to feel. I can't imagine someone telling me I can't play with my friends because of their skin color or my skin color. That would make me feel really scared, worried, sad, and a little angry. This terrible thing was called segregation. Can we say that together? Segregation. Segregation. It meant that public places, like restaurants and buses, had separate, different spaces for black people and a different space for white people. Martin and his friend were even sent to different schools because of their skin color. Their schools were segregated. There was a white school and a black school. Martin believed that one shouldn't remain silent or quiet. He didn't think you should be quiet or accept something if it's wrong or unkind. He promised himself that when he grew up, he'd fight injustice with most powerful weapon of all, his words. Martin studied at the university in Georgia, Pennsylvania, and Massachusetts, where he read about Gandhi, the man who had improved the lives of millions of Indians with peaceful methods of protest. When he finished his studies, Martin moved to Alabama and became the pastor of a church in Montgomery. Every Sunday, from his pulpit where he stands, he encouraged his congregation, these people, to speak up about things that mattered, to use their voices and actions. One evening, a woman named Rosa was arrested for refusing to give up her seat to a white man on a bus. Martin asked the people in his community not to take the bus again until the law was changed. Because Rosa was asked to give up her seat, she said, "Nope, I'm staying here." Martin told everyone to stand by Rosa's side and support her decision by not taking the buses until the rule changed. Many citizens were inspired by Rosa's story and Martin's words. Suddenly, buses were almost entirely empty. They stayed empty for more than a whole year. That's a long time to not take a bus. Until segregation on Montgomery's buses finally ended. They even walked in the rain. They didn't take the bus no matter what the weather was. Look, there's no one riding the bus except the bus driver. Their peaceful protest of walking and boycotting, not taking the bus, changed a rule that made the buses safe and equal for everyone to ride them, no matter what seat you were in. It was the first major, really big civil rights action in America, but it was not the last one. Martin encouraged people all over the country to stand up and speak up for their rights and join with peaceful, gentle protests. They used signs and walking and talking to make a change. The protesters were often attacked or hurt. And Martin was arrested. The police officers took him 29 times. That's a lot. But he and his followers never fought back with force. They were always gentle and peaceful. See, Martin's being very gentle. He knew that hate and anger and violence can't drive out hate. Only love and gentleness can. Martin helped to organize a really big protest lots of people march on Washington, where he gave a life-changing speech. It began with 4 simple yet very powerful words. Are you ready to hear them? You might have heard them before. Ready? I have a dream. Can we say that together? You can even put up your fingers if you'd like. I have a dream. That was the name of his speech. I have a dream. It's a lot of people listening in on his speech and marching and peacefully, gently protesting with him. The next year, Martin became the youngest person to win the Nobel Peace Prize. That's a really big prize for someone who's working to make the world a safer and kinder place. His words of hope, peace, and justice called a nation to change its laws and make them equal for everyone. He got a really special award for all of his work. And if you listen to your heart, you can still hear little Martin asking you to keep his dream alive. A dream of a world where we are judged by our character, who we are, what we like to do, what we do, and not by the color of our skin. There's little Martin. His sign says, I have a dream. And people of all different skin colors, hair colors, eye colors, of all different backgrounds are all together. The end. Here are some pictures, because we have illustrations or drawings, and here are some pictures of the real life Martin Luther King Jr. If you'd like to see more pictures, you could ask your adults and say, hey, can you show me pictures of Martin Luther King Jr.? And then you can tell them all about what we read together. How he used his words and his kindness to change rules and laws to make them equal and fair to people of all skin colors. He also used his words to change other people's minds while they listened. And he had a really, really important speech that started with 4 words. I have a dream. And that speech people still think about today. And remember all of the important work that not just Martin Luther King Jr. did, but also Rosa Parks, Malcolm X, and so many more, and also his wife, Coretta Scott King, did to change their neighborhoods, communities, the rules that the country and the people in charge were making that weren't very kind. And they worked really hard. And sometimes it was really scary, but they worked really hard to change a lot of those laws. Today, you still see a lot of people outside protesting, marching peacefully to make more changes and to push harder on some laws and actions that are still around, that are hurting a lot of people that are black and brown still. Just this past summer, you might have seen or even gone to some protests led by the Black Lives Matter movement. They did a lot of the same things that Martin Luther King did. They used their words to make changes. They marched peacefully, they sang, and they stayed together. And they're still working really hard to change the world again and make it an even safer and even better place to be, no matter your skin color.
today we are celebrating and honoring Martin Luther King Jr. Can we tell him, happy birthday? And we can tell him, thank you for all of your hard work. You are appreciated. Okay, love bugs. Thanks for reading with me today. I'll see all of you next time. Bye.